Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be filming in Cedar City, Utah. This is my old stomping college grounds. Anyway, I have the Gmax from Gotrax for $799. Gotrax is one of my favorite companies for scooters less than $1,000. Gonna get to it and show you what this thing can do. My biggest gripe with Gotrax has been the top speed. They limit it to 15 miles per hour until now. The Gmax has a speed rating of 20 miles per hour on the highest of the two speed modes it has. Now to get to that top speed, it does have a 350 watt motor, and that is powered by a 36 volt, 17.5 amp hour battery that takes 4 to 5 hours for recharge. I do have a full charge on the scooter, and I'm gonna show you how fast each of the two levels can go, starting off with level 1. Level 1 is 17 miles per hour, and level 2 is 21. So that's awesome. I'm glad to see these guys have hit the 20 mile per hour mark. 15 is just too slow. It's time to show you the massive acceleration, the massive takeoff the Gmax has. This is the acceleration test. Now it doesn't weigh a lot at 46 pounds and can carry a rider up to 220 pounds. It's got a thumb throttle on the right side, and that's the same type of throttle that I see in a lot of these types of scooters. Again, for this test, I've got a full charge on the battery, and I'm gonna be doing it on the highest of the two speed modes. Giddy up. Well, the takeoff is actually pretty good. Already at 15 miles per hour. Wow. There's 20. It's time to test out the range of the Gmax. This is the first of two range tests. This one's gonna be kind of casual riding, 20 miles per hour, not a lot of stops. It has a range rating up to 45 miles, which is pretty hefty. If it can get half of that, I will be impressed. Welcome. My first battery bar gone, and I've hit 4.63 miles. 2 battery bars gone, and I've hit 7.69 miles. I'm gonna tell you some information about the Gmax as I'm on the range test. One of the coolest features that I haven't seen before on a Gotrax scooter is the built-in lock in the stem. Once you put in the combo, you can pull that out, and there's actually probably about 2.5 feet. There's a lot of cable there. And then you just plug it in, it locks into place. And like any other scooter in this price range, this does fold. The handlebar spread is pretty large for a single motor scooter. I like the feel and the size of the grips, and they're also solid. They've glued or placed those tight on the handlebars. Now I'm 5'11", and the stem is a good height for me. That's one thing that Gotrax has always hit right on the mark, is the stem height. The size of the deck is bigger for these single motor scooters. I've got size 10.5 shoes, and I can fit 1.5 of my shoes on there. And then below the deck, there's 10-inch air-filled tires. They just take away the smaller bumps and cracks, and especially those vibrations that you get when you're going on the sidewalk or on Chipsill Road. Got a little bit of vibration, but not a lot. And then let me hop onto the sidewalk and hit some of these sidewalk lines. I honestly can barely even feel those lines. That is nice. Let me talk a little bit about the throttle. First off, it's actually nice feeling. There's a rubber texture pad on it. If you hold the throttle at a consistent speed for 7 seconds, the cruise control will kick on. You'll hear a beep. Then as far as the sensitivity, let's hit about 13 miles an hour. If I release it, instantly cuts off. If I re-engage, ooh, it instantly comes on. That's very, very reactive. I mean, the power ramping up takes a little while. It does take a little bit for the power to ramp up, but yeah, it's very sensitive, very reactive. Gotrax was the first scooter that I felt that I could kind of rally around a little bit. I'm just gonna show you what it feels like to take this off a curb. Here we go. Woo! That's pretty light in the front end. I popped out a little bit easier than I thought, and it handled that drop nicely. That's about 8-9 inches. Off the curb again. Oh yeah. Yeah, these things are just built. They are built well. You can kind of rough them up a little bit. That's fun. Almost done with the scooter's battery life, and still hitting 19, 20 on the flats. That's awesome. The range test is completed. My app showed 13.89 miles with 1,185 feet elevation gain. Not quite to the range rating. It's got really consistent power throughout the entire life of the battery. I'm gonna charge it up again, do another range test, and show you what it can do when riding a little bit harder with more stops. First battery bar gone, and I've gone 6.18 miles. I've lost 2 battery bars, and I've gone 9.93 miles. Down to the last battery bar, and I've gone 13.33 miles. Second race test is done. My app recorded 15.15 miles with 1,162 feet elevation gain, which is pretty amazing because that is 2 miles over the first test when I rode it easy. So there's some magic going on here. Or I just might have not charged up the scooter all the way for the first range test. So anyway, that's a great range for that much elevation gain. I am very happy with that. There's no torque rating for the motor or hill rating for the scooter. I do have a 13 to 15% grade hill, and gonna show you how well it can climb. This is about a block long, starting to climb right now, and this is gonna be about 7 to 8% at the steepest, maybe even 10. I didn't measure, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I go up a lot of hills, so I kind of have a pretty good sense for how steep they are, but anyway, really starting to climb here, and speed is dropping. It's down to 14. Trickiest part here, 13, 12. Coming up over the top, and there you go. The Gmax has electric braking and a mechanical brake in the rear tire. It's time to test those out, going down the same hill I just came up for the hill test. Here we go. This is the steepest part of the hill here, hard brake. Oh, hard brake, come on. Woo, that does take a long ways to stop. So, you don't want to take it easy going down steep hills. Let me walk you through the control pad and LCD screen. Pad here on the left, power button below. The screen is a little bit hard to see in direct sunlight. You have to get at the right angle. It doesn't flicker either. And it is locked. To unlock it, the passcode is 000. And then once you have the passcode in 000, just double tap the power button. To turn on the headlights, hold the plus button. And the headlight is right underneath the LCD screen. And then the tail light on the fender. And that does blink when you press the lever. And that's pretty much it. The Gmax has an IPX4 waterproof rating, a 6-month warranty, and ships in 2 to 3 days. Well, overall, pretty happy with the Gmax. The range was good with a good amount of elevation. Hill climbing is a little bit slow, but can power up some decent sized hills. The speed is my favorite feature with the Gmax. Up to 20 miles per hour, that's the speed that you need to hit for single motor scooters, in my opinion. They just make a quality scooter for not a very hefty price tag. So if you do want to pick it up, I've got the link in the description. Also be sure to check out my website, electricrevolutionreviews.com. There you can find all my reviews sorted by price and capability. Hit that like button before you go, and please subscribe for the latest in electric bike, board, and scooter reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.